How to recognize toxic harmony in relationships. Have you ever heard of toxic harmony? It's a phenomenon that can exist in many relationships, yet often goes unnoticed. In this video we'll explore what toxic harmony is and how to recognize its signs. Toxic harmony may seem like a paradox, as harmony means a balanced and harmonious relationship. How can something be both harmonious and toxic at the same time? Well, it can. Toxic harmony exists when a relationship appears to be harmonious on the surface, but beneath the surface, it's anything but. If you're in a relationship that's characterized by toxic harmony, it doesn't take much to turn things sour for everyone involved. More often than not, those involved will make conscious or unconscious efforts to maintain the illusion of harmony for as long as possible, or tolerable. 4 signs that may indicate toxic harmony in a relationship will be examined. Sign 1. There's never any conflict. Some people boast about the fact that they never argue with their partner. It sounds great, doesn't it? After all, who wants to argue? The word itself often conjures up images of unproductive and emotionally charged exchanges that end in tears and anger. However, not all conflict is created equal. An argument with your partner simply means that there's a point of contention that you need to work through together. And you don't have to resort to raised voices, hurtful words, or slamming doors to resolve it. The biggest mistake partners can make is to avoid conflict. If you want a relationship that's healthy and sustainable in the long run, you need to address these points of contention. Joseph Grenny, co-author of the book, Crucial Conversations, explains, the biggest mistake partners can make is avoidance. Many people feel something but don't express it, at least until they can't take it anymore. A study found that partners who effectively argue or discuss their problems are 10 times more likely to have a happy relationship than those who sweep their problems under the rug. Sign 2. Uncomfortable topics are avoided. Building on the idea of avoiding conflict, another sign of toxic harmony in a relationship is when certain topics are never brought up because they're deemed uncomfortable. These topics can vary, and the reason for avoiding them doesn't necessarily have to be fear of an argument, but rather fear of the consequences of an honest, and perhaps painful, conversation. For example, political topics and personal beliefs can fall into this category of uncomfortable topics. Issues such as the political handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, the treatment of refugees in a particular country, or queer, diverse, and/or feminist issues have all been known to tear relationships and families apart. A study found that partners with similar political views are generally happier in their relationship and more politically active. However, if you know that your aunt, grandfather, or partner has a completely different opinion on certain topics, you might be inclined to avoid those conversations. This is easier to do if your interactions with that person are limited to a few days a year, such as a Christmas dinner. But if you're sharing a life together, possibly with children, those interactions are likely to be more frequent. At some point, you'll need to ask yourself, am I willing to set aside my principles for the rest of my life? In front of my friends? My partner? My children? Myself? Sign 3. There's something between you that you can't, or won't, grasp. We all have that one friend who we enjoy seeing, but every once in a while, they make a comment that we can't quite decipher. Is it just a joke? Are we overreacting? Or is there something more going on between us? Often, people tend to let it slide for the sake of peace. But in reality, this is often just avoidance of a potential conflict. Communication is the foundation of any relationship, whether it's romantic or platonic. The happier both parties are with the communication within the relationship, the more likely the relationship is to thrive in the future. Conversely, a relationship with unsatisfactory communication is unlikely to last in the long run, according to a study. However, communication can also be incredibly complicated. The sender and receiver may be operating on completely different frequencies. What one person intends as a harmless joke may come across as a deeply hurtful insult to the other person. In this case, the person who feels hurt must ask themselves, why did this comment from my friend hurt me so much? Is this relationship worth going through a potentially uncomfortable conversation to make it better in the long run? If the answer is yes, then the feeling of uncertainty shouldn't have a significant impact on the relationship and a conversation should be sought. But if the answer is no, then the question remains whether the relationship should even be maintained. Sign 4. One partner dominates the dynamic. In a healthy relationship, both partners should have an equal say and both should feel heard and validated. However, in a toxic harmony relationship, one partner may dominate the dynamic and control the conversation. This can result in the other partner feeling like their opinions and feelings don't matter, which can lead to resentment and a breakdown of the relationship over time. If you notice that one partner consistently dominates the dynamic in your relationship, it may be a sign of toxic harmony. It's important to have open and honest conversations about power dynamics and ensure that both partners feel heard and valued. By addressing this issue head-on, you can work towards a healthier, more balanced dynamic in your relationship. In conclusion, toxic harmony in relationships can be challenging to identify, but by being aware of its signs, you can take steps to improve your relationship. Communication is crucial in any relationship, and by being open and honest, you can ensure that both partners feel heard and valued. Addressing the signs of toxic harmony directly can help you work towards a healthier and happier relationship. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications for more videos like this. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.